David here with the McCowan Company. All right, AFFTRA.org. If you haven't signed it, go sign it. Read it, sign it. If you don't like it, read it through, because I know you'll like some of it. You know, nobody likes everything, but it's good. Here's why it's good. $1 a mile to the company driver, mandatory take home. Imagine what that would fix across the board. All of a sudden, carriers would not be allowed to hire these non-domiciled, or they could, but they'd be forced to pay them guys $1 a mile for every mile. That's going to take care of all of this crap. Then imagine a 3% cap rate on brokerages. All of a sudden, instead of their bread and butter being how much they can skim off the top or what illegal truck they can put the load on for nothing, now they've got to get their money from the shipper. They're going to have incentive to pull better rates from the shipper. They're going to say, no, I got to have this. Mandatory transparency, automatic. Instead of asking for it, it's on everything. Then that's going to give the typical carriers, everybody that don't know no better, more negotiating power, more information to negotiate better loads and to know what's on the table instead of asking for it after you've hauled the load. This makes no sense, people. Makes no sense whatsoever. $5 a mile mandatory minimum freight rate. God dang. Anyways, $5 a mile mandatory minimum freight rate. No load moves for less than that. Doesn't matter if you're in Florida. Doesn't matter where you are. These people can't afford it. You've drank the Kool-Aid. If you think for a second that these shippers can't afford $5 a mile. Most freight runs at $5 a mile. You may not know this, but most freight is $5 a mile plus. That's direct. But your brokers, your broker buddies, they're taking way too much. And on the load board, they say it's scraps. Well, all that stuff that they say is scraps is pretty important. Building materials, shingles, lumber sometimes. All that stuff. You tell the guy that needs his roof done that it's not important. It's not a necessity. You tell him that, and it gets to be pretty important. So, that's pretty much it. We got insurance caps in there. All of these things are just like what we had, except better, back before pre-deregulation. When we had the ICC and the Teamsters that made sure driver pay was up, that made sure safety was up, that made sure the wage floors for hauling stuff was set. Brokers couldn't come in and name their rates. It was great for trucking. But we got okey-doked. We listened to this free market bullshit, and they took our market, our industry, and fragmented it up into hundreds of thousands of independent truck drivers. Now everybody does what they want. They don't know what they're doing. Anybody with $300 can get a truck, start driving, think they're going to make a ton of money, and it's ruined the industry. But you know who it's made rich? Mega carriers, mega corporations, mega brokerages. Made them rich beyond your ever imagination. These people are making billions of dollars, and we're going out of business. 100 companies a month. Families ruined. We got to quit letting this happen, guys. AFFTRA, if you haven't gone through it, check it out. Do your research. Look up antitrust laws. Look up predatory pricing. Research Jimmy Hoffa, the ICC, Teamsters. Start learning what trucking was 44 plus years ago. You know, all these guys are like, yeah, I've been in the industry 30 years. You don't know shit if you ain't been around pre-deregulation. And I know guys like that. I've got a group in Telegram, 500 plus guys in there, and I talk to them all the time. Some of these guys have been trucking 50, 60 years, still trucking. They say, hey, man, we thought it was going to be good, but no, this has really done us in. Share this video. Wait a second, I got one more thing to say. I don't know how to do none of this stuff. I'm a company driver. I'm not a lawmaker. I don't know anything about making laws. If you know how to help make this happen, by all means, reach out to me. Don't DM me in Telegram, or not in Telegram, but on TikTok, because as everyone knows that's got any followers, there's thousands of hookers from Nigeria that constantly are sending pictures and saying, hey, how handsome you are and all that crap. I don't even check them anymore. DMs on TikTok are no good. So if you want to reach out to me, there's a Telegram group in my bio. I'll know 1 second after you're in there. I'll be able to talk to you instantly, and I'll give you my phone number. Heck, I'll give it to you right now, actually. If anybody wants to talk about how to reach out and make this happen, how to get a hold of senators, we're trying to get about 12 people in each state together to present this to our congressmen, and make this happen. I've got an idea. I've got some things to say, but I am not the guy. I need help. We all need help. We got several guys on these platforms that are pulling together huge amounts of viewers, comments on the daily. I got over 10,000 plus signatures on this petition that want this to be done. They want to see change. We got to protect ourselves, guys, or we're going out the door. We're being either, if the brokers don't take us and the shippers don't run us completely out of business and take it all over, AI is definitely going to. So we're going against billionaire corporations, billionaire companies. Everybody is against us, dude. Think about it. Even factory companies, everybody is taken from the driver and the carrier. Everybody and their brother is finding ways to get in our pockets, and we let it happen. We got to quit that shit. So get a hold of me. Reach out. I would love to hear from you guys and help get some things happen. I've talked to some people I can't really talk about right now that I'm really confident in. Some big things happen. I got an idea of there's some things going on behind the scenes that are really, really positive. So as soon as I can let that out, I'll let it out. Maybe. Might have to keep it secret. I don't know. But reach out to me. Let's talk. Have a great day. Oh, yeah. Follow, share, all that stuff. Make videos. Everybody can make a video. And right now, it doesn't matter if you have views. What matters now is if the algorithm picks this up and sees this stuff. That's what happens. That's how it gets out. So help out. Like it. Do all the things over here. I know everybody says it. It sounds crazy. This whole TikTok thing is a weird thing anyway for me. I'm 43 years old, and my daughter said, hey, you ought to do TikTok. And I don't know. I did it because of trucking. So you should do it because of trucking too. If you have a platform, you should spend at least 50% of your time on here talking about saving trucking. If you're doing TikTok dances and all the promote stuff, for the love of God, don't use trucking to get a platform and then give up on us and walk away to go make a little bit of money. That sucks. We finally get a platform and you guys get on here and you get thousands of followers and everything, and now all of a sudden you want to quit advocating for truck driving and you want to do TikTok dances and all this bullshit and sell TikTok shop. Well, that's great to make a little extra money, but man, that's not why your followers are following you, man. We want help. We need to stick together. We need this shit out. So that's all I got.